Hi, it's Cindy and welcome to another video. We're going to be doing just a real cute one layer card. And I'm doing this for a couple reasons. I'm doing it for my daughter Mackenzie. Sorry if you get a headshot here. And there's two reasons. She has a couple questions about some things, and after I posted one of her paintings yesterday, I have better pictures for you today that I'm going to add on this blog post as well. I had a stamp company owner contact me and wanted Mac, she just turned 21, to start drawing for her. That blew me away, blew Mac away, and of course she's kind of thrilled. So I'm just going to do a basic card here and give her a visual as far as what I've been doing, because they don't pay attention when they live with you, and explain some things as I go along. I'm going to rush a little bit just because I don't want a long video, and neither do you. So just bear with me here. Okay, Princess, ready to go? Good. Alright, today we're going to be using Paper Tray Inks Friendly Flowers. And I haven't even taken this out of its package yet. And this is for a reason. Because I need to show Mac what a 4x6 stamp set looks like. Now, this one's bigger, Mac, okay? Because there's a lot of images. But this is what a normal 4x6 that you get at the store or something like that, or order from another company or whatnot. Paper Tray just happens to do theirs like this because of the packaging. Here is another 4x6 stamp set. This a true 4x6, okay? And this is what, it's just one stamp set. So we're going to move along here, because I have some great images to work with. I love this stamp set, and I'm so glad I got it. And we're going to be doing some two-step stamping today, maybe a little die cutting, and we'll just swing it from there. But all together, this is what is in this stamp set, Mac. And a lot of times they will have matching die cuts or silhouette files that will cut these images up perfectly. And this one happens to have one, so when I run it through my die cutting machine, these are the images that I get. And this one here, I don't know what that would go with. I'll have to wing it. But you see some larger leaves, and this isn't true to size, so that would go with that. The smaller leaves right here, we have, this one can go with this baby flower here. Sorry, that goes with the baby flower. This one goes with that one right there. That's a surprise. And then this one goes with, what's over here? That one. And these are what the dies look like. And you can cut them apart right there with those little things there. I don't cut them apart generally. So now that we have that all figured out, I'm going to go ahead and get started here. And with Paper Tray, they let you know the coordinating products. Most stamp companies do. And so this one coordinates with a friendly flower die which I should probably dig out, but that's what it looks like. And then the Friendly Flowers Extra die collection, and that's what I just showed you. And then you put the labels on, and of course I don't have a case nearby, but you just slap these labels on like a clear DVD case and then put the stamps inside, and that's how you keep everything together. So I thought that we would just make this real fun, bright summery card today because it is a beautiful day out. So I'm going to grab some blocks here. I don't think I'm going to, I'm not going to be using the die cuts, but I just wanted to show Mac what they were. And especially what two-step stamping is. So I'm going to get my image on a block, and you always want to make sure that you have the right block size for your image. If you don't, ink gets on it and then it ends up on your card, and you definitely don't want that. So I'm going to go color hunting here, and I'm going to start out with Stampin' Up! It's a new one, 10 Jello Twist, and then just ink it up. And these pads are a little bit sticky. One other thing too, I did not prep my stamps and they're new, because when they're new and they come off, you know, the manufacturing, they have like goo on them. Not goo, but just like covering of, I don't know what it is, but there's just some kind of covering on there. So I just grabbed like this little sanding thing that I got from my nail gal, and I just go over it real quick like that to get all of the manufacturing goo off of it. If you got little ones, be real careful. You can also use a pencil eraser too, but since this is close at hand, I just use that. It looks like it scratches the stamps. It does not. I've never had a problem. And maybe we'll just stamp those die cuts for fun. Just, you know, one set, so you can see what they look like. So I've got this right here. You always want to have some... With darker colors like that, I don't like to use them. I just use the cleaning pad. And then to wipe off anything on the wipe as well. So let's just go ahead and start with this down here. I think this is a pretty cool color. Might as well leave it out. That I'll go ahead and wipe off. And be careful with your fingers, because that goes on your project too. I'm going to just wipe up where I know that I stamped off at. So again, lots of fun summer colors. What else do I have here? I'm not a big fan of this color, Crush Curie, but I know that my Daffodil Delight needs to be re-inked, so I'm kind of stuck. And you always want some kind of visual triangle going on, but I'm going to cover this pretty good. And I'm just repeating myself, wiping it up, And I always have the baby wipes in twos no matter what. And I need to establish my color palette too, which I'm kind of winging. So this color here is a new in color. It is Lost Lagoon, which I think would look pretty good right up here. And the reason why I have that tape there, Mac, is because that is where the card is going to be folded. So let's start getting some reds in here, and I think that that brand new Strawberry Slush would look really nice. And we're going to change out our stamp too. So I'm just going to stick that back. And then grab another larger flower and then put that on my block. And then ink it up. I love this color. I'm getting some really good results today, so I'm pretty happy about that. Now, if you look in the middle of that right there, in our batch of die cuts that we have, there's this, and that would fit real cool over that, and then stick a dimensional on it, and then put it on top, and then get something else and just go ahead and fill out the middle. So we may do that. And I think that I will just get one more color out of this, and I really, really, really want a real light blue. Oh, that will work. Let's go ahead and go with Coastal Cabana. And I'm putting a lot of ink on here for some reason. You really don't have to with this brand of ink that I am using, but it looks like that one didn't get enough for some reason. Okay, so we're going to pick this guy. I don't like that he's so close to that blue, but sometimes that happens. If you don't get a good impression, these are clear stamps, so you can go ahead and see right through them and do it again. I'm going to see how that turns out in the long run, and then go back over it if I have to. So we've got some pretty big flowers on here. I think I'm going to add like maybe one more. So we're really going to add a super intense color, and this is Melon Mambo. Oh yeah, I'm going to get something from that. I'm going to get him right in the middle. Lovely. Now with your reds, I prefer to clean them pretty fast rather than use the baby wipe, because they do have a tendency for that red to stick on your stamp. And with clear stamps, they're going to stain anyway on you somewhere down the line. But if you take really good care of them, you'll be okay. And now, before I go any further, we have to put some flowers on. No, we gotta put some leaves on our flowers. This is a fabulous set to do some two-step stamping with, and I might, at the end of this video, the rest of you can quit watching it, and then I think that I'll just give some examples, but I wanted this one nice and clean. So I am using wild wasabi, and I'm just going to go around and get some leaves where I can fit them. I'm not worried about overlapping, or don't care too much about it. But I do want every flower to have its own little stem or leaf. Okay, I am done with my leaves. Really, that should have gone over there. And it's going to bother me, so I am going to put one over there. Okay, I feel better now. Now, what we're going to do is grab some baby stamps. Just little baby cute flowers. And I'm going to start stamping that around. And I'm going to use pretty much the same colors that I did before on the larger ones. And if it's not the same color, it's going to be, you know, a shade or two lighter, darker. This is that Tangelo Twist. So I think I'll just put him right over here. And again, I'm not really caring too much about overlapping, because my sentiment's really going to, for lack of a better term, dig me out of a hole there or something, just in case I mess up, which we all know I'm really good at doing that. And so again, I have crushed curry. Let's put him up there. I have Lost Lagoon now, and I really need to pull a blue color down that way to even that out a little bit. This Melon Mambo color down here, I'm going to zoom in, that thing is as solid as it can be, and it turned out great. That's an awesome color. I love it. So I am going to bring in that crushed curry one more time. It's a nice strong color. I'm going to get that over here down towards the bottom. Awesome. And I'm going to pull one more of that Melon Mambo up at the top. I mean, I can't get over that. I don't think I've seen like a cleaner stamped image ever. And that Strawberry Slush is a lot lighter. I do have a sentiment that's going to be covering that, a good part of it anyway, so that's why I'm not too worried about having this so close by. Plus, it's a completely different color too. So I need to throw in one more orange. It's not going to be Angelo Twist. Instead, I'm going to put Tangerine Tango. They're right next door to each other, and they're named awfully close to each other too. So we're going to ink up this guy one more time. And I need him down here. Okay, I am good with that. Now we're going to lay down a couple more flowers. This is a different one, and he's going to get inked up in that Tangerine Tango too. I'm going to pull in Hello Honey for another yellow flower, because I have two spots that I need to cover. Get that one right there. I have a couple more areas where I really can't put any more color because it's too close to each other. I want to balance. So I'm going to pull back in my leaf, and I'm inking that up with Pear Pizzazz. I almost went with Pistachio Pudding, but I thought that would be way too light. Okay, that's good, because it's a little bit lighter than the Wild Wasabi. I should be putting my new Inka Dinka Doo matte underneath here. I was bragging about the other day. Put one more up here, right about there. And we're done. I think I have really good coverage. Now there are some spaces that could use a little help. So how we're going to help them out is get these teeny tiny little dots that Paper Tray has in almost every single set. I'm going to put it on the very corner of my block. I have some Gina K Designs Black Onyx. I love this ink. And I'm just tapping it in the very corner. And that, my precious daughter, is how you fill in the blanks. And after we do this, there's one more thing, then we're done with the card. And then I'm going to have a part 2 to this too. And that's the one that you really should watch. Because this is where I will be doing some 2-step stamping and be using those die cuts. And I'm going to build up a little garden in the left hand corner And then I'll have my sentiment up there, and I think it'll look really, really pretty. So you can join me for that. So I'm just trying to put these in places where I might need something without, too much. I do wish in this set that they had like a little filler for that. And I just found it. So we're going to be done with our dots. Although that does look really good the way it is right now. But the filler for that would be this image right here. And you line it up and put it on like that, and I would have to do a darker color so it really pops out there. So maybe I'll have a part 3 to this card, who knows. But the more I'm working with this stamp set, the more and more possibilities I'm seeing of things that I can do, and I like that. So last but not least is our sentiment, and it's coming from this Limitless Layers Labels. Okay, I have to say that 3 times real quick. Limitless Layers Labels. And then I used the small one right here, and it fits the oval shape. And I went ahead and die cut out that one there, and then this one here. I did them both on white paper. And so I'm going to have a tone on tone, and I'll tell you why I did that and how I could do that and pull it off. And that's because I have that layer that I could put around here, that stamp there, so it doesn't look like it's white on white. So I've already done that. I've done my sentiment, which ties in nicely with the black. I'm going to stick this right smack dab in the middle for you. And there we go. We're not quite done yet though. I'm going to pull this tape off. Okay, Mac, and you can see where the stamps are. And then here, it's not going over the top. So I'm going to turn this over. Well, actually, I'll just leave it alone. Use my favorite bone folder. And my dear, here we go. So come back and watch part 2, and I think that there's going to be a part 3 because that's an extremely incredible, versatile stamp set, and I'm going to have a ton of fun with it. So I hope that you guys enjoyed this real quick 1-layer card, and Mac, I hope that you got a little something out of it too. You're going to have to watch parts 2 and 3 because I got my head's spinning now, and you know what happens when that happens. So, love you, Princess, and to the rest of you, thank you for joining me today, and I hope that you enjoy this card. God bless you, and I'll see you the next time around.